Welcome to this lunch talk at the library of the University of Borås. My name is Karl-Fredrik and I am the international coordinator of this university, and I'm the local coordinator for an Erasmus Mundus project called TOSCA. By my side I have a number of staff participants at staff training here at the University of Borås who come from Central Asian universities which are belonging to this project. The project is called TOSCA, which is an acronym for Transfer of Skills to Central Asia. And we are for the moment in 2013 entering the second phase of this project. We had a first phase starting in 2010, running until 2013, and now we are entering the second phase running until 2016. And the project is coordinated from a Polish university called Adam Mickiewicz University, located in Poznan, and co-coordinated from a university in Uzbekistan called Bukhara State University. Part of this project is a number of universities in Europe and Central Asia. From the European side there are 7 universities involved, and Borås is one of them, the only Swedish participant. And from the Central Asian side there are 13 universities in total, and they are coming from 5 countries: Kazakstan, Kyrgyzstan or Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. And as I said earlier, an earlier phase of this project has been up and running until this year, and we are reaching the second phase of it. And this second phase encompasses 110 mobilities, and these mobilities are one way. They are coming from the Central Asian universities, coming to European universities for studies, training, research. And the mobility types encompass all the stages from bachelor degree up until research, PhD and staff. And as the staff is involved, we are now in the mid of a staff training arranged from the University of Borås, and I have by my side 11 staff representatives from universities in Central Asia, and they are in the mid of this, and after these 2 weeks here they will move on to Poland and Poznan for 2 other weeks. So, and we are assembled here at this lunch talk to discuss and deliberate on the program so far, and also discuss what can be brought forward. And I would like to start by asking some of you about what you have been doing here, what your experiences are, and what you think about the future. So, Alessia from Kazakhstan, would you like to share with us, the audience, the viewers and the listeners, what you have been doing here and what your impressions are so far?
Okay, yes. First of all, I would like to thank the University of Borås for welcoming all the staff members of this training, because our stay here is fabulous and fantastic, not only because the organization of our training is on a very high level, and it was well planned, well organized, and we were invited by the university greatly, and the training itself is very informative and very useful for all the participants, because it implies not only the theoretical courses but also practical ones. The study visits are of great importance because we had a chance to visit the Waste Recovery Center, the Novet Center, Educational Center, and all these trainings were of much help to our countries, because we are not so much advanced in these areas, and what we have seen is of vital importance for the development of our countries. Moreover, we got a chance to explore and investigate the Swedish culture, because we had different presentations on the Swedish country, on the Swedish people, and also I think that it's important when we participate in such kind of trainings not only to get some practical and theoretical knowledge, but to reveal the cultural aspects of the country which we are visiting. And so our stay here is almost over. I mean, we are now in the mid term of our stay within this Erasmus Mundus staff training. But so far we can evaluate the program of the University of Borås and say that all the preparation was well structured and aimed at the development of the staff of Central Asia. And I think that we exchange not only experiences with the Swedish personnel, but also among Central Asian staff. So we do hope that the stay here will be fruitful not only in the short-term period, but in the long run we will be able to continue our cooperation. And again, thank you for the University of Borås and for all the partners for fruitful cooperation, and we do hope that collaboration will continue.
Thank you very much, Alessia, and that's very flattering to hear that you are satisfied so far. And as I was saying earlier, the idea of this project is not only one way, although the mobilities go one way. The added value is two-way actually, and we are entering mutual cooperations and mutual sharing of experiences and knowledge and know-how, both to Europe and to Central Asia. And both these two sides, I think, are generating from this and yielding from this project. So I think we can continue with another question to Anastasia here at my right-hand side. If you compare, as I just remarked, that this is a two-way know-how sharing and mutual cooperation project. If you just compare with your home universities and think about how it works back home, what do you bring with you from the time here in Borås, and have you identified any particular things to bring with you home, or have you identified any shortcomings here that we can learn from you?
Okay. During my stay here at Borås University, I got a lot of inspiring perspective ideas that I can of course share with my colleagues at my university, and of course I think that colleagues from different countries can share and implement at the universities. First of all, there were a lot of practical ideas that I liked most of all. I liked the structure of the organizational structure of your university. I liked that you have 6 schools, 6 main departments that really works on different spheres and implement academic researchers do a lot of work in these spheres. So I think that as for my university, I'm going to tell about the PhD researchers in waste recovery, in biotechnology, because these spheres are very actual for my countries and especially for my universities, because we also have some real researchers in this sphere. Then I liked the Innovate Center. It is the educational center beginning from the kindergartens till the teenagers and so on. So it's the center that implies or gives ideas to children, to young people, to all people, how the science works in our life, and it really gives us the understanding of the whole world, of the things that work in the world. It's very good for people. Then of course I liked and the career center service, and I think that it's very good that you begin working with the students from the very beginning, from the first course being here, and you try to give the trace to them so that they can find the job in the future. So there are many ideas that can be implemented. There is.
Thank you very much, Anastasia, and it's also good to hear, since the knowledge should not only stay here during the time that you are spending here. The idea is that you will bring these ideas and also potential seeds for further cooperations back to your home universities, and that we can keep in touch and establish patterns for cooperation. So if I would like to continue with Mayra, touching upon this question about further cooperation, what do you think? How can we proceed in cooperating further beyond this TOSCA project? Do you see any potential for it?
Visiting, at first I will say that visiting the University of Borås, we see that this university is one of the top universities in Sweden, and it has so many experience in knowledges in fields of librarian sciences and informatics sciences and quality system management and so on. It's so very interesting for us, for my university. I come from West Kazakhstan State University, and the colleagues from this university are so kindly and friendly, ready to share and to offer all their experiences to us, and of course we will collaborate in the future. And how can we collaborate? I suppose it will be in some steps. The first one will be when I will report all this, what I saw and what I learned here, report to our administrative staff, and then the second step, it will be we must to we do the we say about who can, what of our field in our university, for example, a quality system and the development of the student incubator. We can send our specialists and then we can collaborate this way.
Maybe I can add just 3 words about the possible collaboration between the universities of Central Asia and the University of Borås. All of you know that there is such a European project like Tempus. And I think that when all of us are going to go back to our countries, we will distribute information about the different schools that you are having here in the University of Borås, and later on we will try to submit the Tempus proposal so that we will be able to cooperate in this area, in the research area. Moreover, you know that the Ministry of Education of Kazakhstan allocates money for academic mobility of students and teachers, so that one of the possible ways of successful for the cooperation is invitation of professors and teachers of the University of Borås to our universities. And the last one, like we had a course devoted to internationalization, and we came to know about the Linus Palme program. So it can be a two-way exchange of personnel and teachers for further cooperation. So these are 3 areas that we can cooperate in the future.
Thank you very much, Olesia and Mayra, for these interesting ideas for the future. And actually, I know that a few schools of our university, for example, the School of Textiles, are already engaged in Tempus application procedures with some of the universities in this consortium. So, if we should perhaps round off this small talk with some other questions about concrete ideas for further cooperation, for example, bilateral agreements or discussions on an individual basis for further cooperation. I know that you, Anastasia, tomorrow will meet a few representatives from different schools here at the University of Borås. Can you just expound a bit on what you will discuss with them, and what ideas do you would want to share with them in your discussions tomorrow?
Of course. Tomorrow I'm going to visit actually 3 schools. So the main coordinators of these schools, it will be the School of Library and Information Science, it will be a business school, and it will be engineering school. So as for my university, I chose these 3 main schools because we actually do a lot in these spheres. And tomorrow we are going to discuss with the coordinators some ideas to be implemented in the future, because I have ideas from my professors from my university. So I'm going to represent them, and maybe we'll discuss the questions of future cooperation. Maybe it will be mutual projects, scientific projects. Maybe it will be mobility, academic mobility of staff and students as well. And of course, it can be it can be conferences, and it can be visiting of Borås University professors to our university. So tomorrow we are going to work out the plan of our cooperation for the next year.
So, thank you very much, Anastasia, and I think it's time to round off this lounge talk, and we are only 12-13 persons here right now, but I do hope that the possibility of sharing knowledge through the technologies of today have the potential of spreading this talk that we have had today back to your home universities, and also to other interested stakeholders. So thank you very much, and
See
good
you
luck.
again in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
thank you.
project, TOSCA 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.